laboratory. Shion. Damn it!
You're mine! Slash up! Take this! Slash the shock! Rising Falcon! Take this! I'm not done! Orochi's Fury! Sonic Thrust! Rising Wyvern! No escape! Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Swallow Blade! This one! Double Demon Fang! Eat dirt! Here I come! Lunar Rondo! Rising Wyvern! Orochi's Fury! Slash the Shock! Stardust! Mirage! Dragon Swarm! Orochi's Fury! Pierce through! Hurricane Thrust! Void Flash! Orochi's Fury! Double Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Destruction! Azure Storm! Demon... Fang! This should do it! Orochi's Fury! Azure Storm! This one's all mine! There! Eat dirt! Slash the Shock! Slash! Sonic Thrust! Here I put... Shockwave Slash! Sonic Thrust! Rising Wyvern! Double Demon Fang! Destruction! Eternal Devastation! Sword Rain out! Azure!
Alvin?
Finwell!
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Finwell, where are we?
Ganeth Haros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
We won, right?
Speaking of Thistleum, it's populated by Danans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Danan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zeugles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah.
And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be... okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep an eye on him.
Right. Do you sense one of...
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen.
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think?
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Danon, do you bear the same crest as the current Renin sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Danon for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renin, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renin. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Shion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or 2 ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Shion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Shion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Shion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going. What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then,
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting. To strive no matter what.
Then I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kinda my forte.
Come on, man, snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Xion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Xion. But there's still so much that I... There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Back to the inn, I guess.
Alphen! There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That... sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp! People, if we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle? Remember, if the pain's too much,
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Zuko policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then.
Dragon Instinct!
are those arms even natural?
Eat dirt! Rising River!
Now you see what I can do.
It's too fast!
Stand back.
Rising River!
Denied! The enemy is near R2.
Now, we'll soon see about that.
Its armor's too strong.
Be my guest! Take this!
These fists have got your name on them!
Forward blade! Rising River! Great! Next! Double Demon Fang! This one's all mine!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Shine! Radiant Strike!
No further!
Lunar Rondo!
Photon, purge malevolence!
Shattering
Not on my
pieces!
watch.
Attack now! I'm ready!
Sonic Drive!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Shine! Radiant Light!
I'm on it!
Everything
Come
takes it!
to an end!
Regenerate!
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, Thistleum kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead, We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Okay.
What? Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just
By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait, don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine, let's get going. Thistlein was founded by Danans fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
they almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon. Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Shion?
Of course not. Shion's our friend. Almeidrea was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Shion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almeidrea was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almeidrea. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara. I think Hoodle senses an owl around here.
feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hoodle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered could be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out.
There it is. That's our target.
He's gone! Now you see what I can do!
Ready to go!
Gale Force!
Far enough! Quiver Dragon!
I shall seal you where you stand!
You're on! I'll tear you apart!
Radiant Storm!
This one! Don't leave!
Hey! Blow them away!
Azure Storm!
Shine! Radiant
Double
light!
Demon Fang!
Regenerate! I really owe you one.
Rising Wyvern!
That is a everlasting charm.
Lightning
This is
Wyvern!
good now!
Easter!
Here goes!
These fists have got your name on them!
Fire Blade!
We can really make weapons with this? Man, this place is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in Menancia myself.
Not that I don't agree.
Discourteous, aren't you? Allow me our arts are being interrupted.
If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay?
Dragon Shell! Rising Wyvern!
Leave the charge to me!
Thunder Field!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara! Not on my watch!
Hit time!
In a bind?
Double Demon Fang!
Far enough!
Destruction!
I'm on! What? Now I'm in
Now!
this wood!
Orochi's Fury!
Demons descend! Flashing Fang! Bestow thy mystic mercy!
Lightning Orb!
Gate Eater!
Photon Raging Tornado!
Dragon Force! Sonic
Freeze
Thrust!
Lancer!
Eat this! That's enough! Go away!
Dragon Swarm!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! There's always room for improvement. Pow!
Double Demon Fang!
Armor won't save you!
Azure Storm! Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Radiant light!
Dragon
Force
Shell!
of regeneration!
Not on my watch!
Regenerate! I really owe you one.
Severing Wind! Now!
A charge like that could easily be fatal. Just all yours, Kisara.
I'm ready!
Eater!
Light ass, blah blah blah, then air thrust!
Double Demon Fang!
I'm on a roll now!
Rising Wind!
Stalagmite!
I'm ready for the next battle.
be a breeze. Get in, get out. Take this!
Can you take it?
Shine! Megasonic thrust!
Don't get carried away!
Take this! That frickin' does it!
May 1,000 gales tear you to
Our arts
shreds!
are being interrupted.
Allow me to help. Arch shield! Confiscated!
Tornado drive!
Armor won't save you! I'm ready!
In an instant! Impact block!
Shine! Radiant light! Force of regeneration!
Freeze, Lancer! You get the gist!
Allow me
Air thrust!
Shine! Radiant light!
Now!
Azure Storm! Azure Storm! Double Demon Fang!
Now!
Eagle
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Small.
But a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
An opponent like this should be easy. You picked the wrong fight!
Fairy circle! Our arts are being interrupted.
Rising Wyvern! Catapult! Soaring Light Spear! First
No
strike!
further!
Shockwave Slash!
Anything in
Stow
order
thy mystic
armor
mercy.
won't save you!
Benediction light.
Dragon Fury! This one's all mine!
Do it!
You picked the wrong fight!
Talon Hurricane!
Waterfall!
Eagle Fly!
Shockwave Slash!
More for the
Leave
stockpile!
the chargers to me!
Bestow thy
Far
mystic
enough!
mercy.
I'm on it! Dragon War! Pierce through!
Let us
Sword Rain out!
resonate with
I'm
the
on it!
earth.
Raging Cascade!
Take this! It's time!
Eagle Fly!
Here!
Negative
More
gate.
for the stockpile!
Stalagmite.
Take this! Pierce through! Demon
Raging
Fang!
Storm!
Double Demon Fang!
Tunnel!
Demon Fang!
Deity.
Dragon Shout!
Beckon.
Raging Cascade!
Plasma Shock!
Negative
Nothing
Onward. Now or never.
Dragon Shout!
Plasma Shock!
Armor won't save you!
I can feel my power growing!
What's this thing?
All we have to do is get rid of that thing, right? It's on!
Clear
for us to Nothing gets
Light astral energy!
Can't get out of this.
Rising Wyvern! Here I come! You picked the wrong fight!
Shine. Radiant light. Force of regeneration. Regenerate.
Blow away!
Don't suffer.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Plasma Shock!
Gale Force!
Don't get complacent.
Discourteous, aren't you?
Sleep now! Pile!
Shine. Radiant light. Force of regeneration.
Double Demon Fang! Destruction! Eternal Tide!
Now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! It's on! Take this! Eat
Drop
dirt!
contained.
More where that came from!
Rising Wyvern!
Can't get out of this.
Nothing gets by me!
Bow tie!
Lord, I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Here's the power! Motor knuckle! Blah, blah, blah!
Azure Storm! Demon
Freeze
Fang!
Lancer! Air thrust!
Looks like we got them all.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much?
You make sure to rest too, Hootle.
Hey!
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? I wanted to ask you something.
I'm all ears.
How much contact did you have with the other lords back in the day?
I only saw or exchanged words with them on a handful of occasions. Not that I was particularly keen on even that much.
Almadria made it sound like the two of you had some kind of history together.
She was like that with all of the lords, not just me. She was always interested in who she could use, who had value for her own ends. Having said that, she wasn't quite so brazen back when we were still in Lenegus. In a sense, she may have been a victim of the crown contest as well.
Almadria? A victim?
To a Renan, there is no greater honor in life than being chosen to serve as a lord, let alone to go on and become the next sovereign. We are taught that from the day we leave the womb. There are few Renans who wouldn't be ecstatic at the prospect of ascending to lordship.
You were like that though, right? You've always struck me as a more grounded guy.
No sane Renan would ever dare admit that their interests lie in anything but power and prestige, even if they feel so in their heart of hearts.
The more you talk about it, the more it seems like the crown contest is nothing but misery for Renans, too.
Which is why I seek to end it. Not that I imagine Danans such as Rinwell are all that interested in hearing tales of woe such as mine. Do you mind watching our camp tonight? Shall we get moving?
An opponent like this should be easy.
I'll smash you! Raging Luna Storm!
This one's all mine.
That freaking does it!
Purge Malevolent!
Wonderful!
I'm ready!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Azure Storm!
Raging Luna! I'll crush you! Lightning Reflexes! Tenebrous Claw! Eat this! Snake can be a bit
Demon Fang!
far enough to pass!
Double Demon Fang!
Celestial Hammer!
Glimmer Flag!
I can carve through armor!
Here
I come!
Down on the ground! Win!
Gusty Nail!
I'm practically unstoppable.
Is that the Zoogle we were told to dispatch?
An opponent like this should be easy.
In a bind?
Sword Rain Alpha!
Purge Malevolent!
I'm on it!
Arctic Wonderful!
Elusive Deity!
Here!
I'm on it!
Mirror Escape! Swallow Blade!
Elusive Tear!
Here
Heal!
goes!
I'm just getting
Not
started!
on my watch!
Rising Wyvern! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Dance in the wind!
Begin!
Air
Dragon
thrust!
Shot!
Easy and smelling to me.
Yeah! And the pummeling to me!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
It's on!
Nothing gets by me! Denied!
Dragon Shout!
Tempest Swirl!
Captivity!
Celestial Hammer!
On your knees!
Rising
Follow
Wyvern!
dance! No further! Now I'm in the groove!
Purge Malevolent! Now!
Sonic Thrust! It's on! Eat dirt!
Elusive Deity! A debut performance!
Rising Wyvern! Soaring Light Spear! Dragon Form! Totally! In an instant! Impact Claw!
Don't get careless.
We seem to have come across something a little
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret
You're
this!
mine!
Negative Dragon!
Take this! Mirror Escape! Raining
Now you
Blast!
see what I can do!
I'm ready!
They may look cute.
Totally!
Hey! Blow them away!
Lightning Thrust! Rising Thrust!
Nothing gets by me!
Turn up!
Rising Wyvern! You picked the wrong fight!
I'm just hitting start!
Rising Wyvern! Sword Rain Alpha! Raining Blast!
On your knees!
You're mine!
No further!
You're mine!
I'm ready!
Rising Wyvern! Burst Force!
Radiant Genesis!
Eat this! Rip and tear! Begin!
You see what happened there as you crossed me? You shouldn't have done that.
Take this! Demon Fang! Destruction!
Elusive deity! Kisara, I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Lightning Condemn!
Now you see what I can do!
Rising Falcon! Eat dirt! Captivity!
With this, I can become even stronger. Little help! Firmament Render!
Elusive deity! Swallow dare!
Raging Cascade!
Everlasting darkness! Here I come! First strike!
Arch Field!
On your knees! Lightning Crown! Rising Falcon!
Now!
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
I'll
tear you apart!
tear you to shreds! Gusty!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Rising Wiper! Hurricane Thrust! Begin!
Ready and raring!
Elusive deity! I'm ready!
There's always room for improvement.
Is that the Zugel we're looking for?
No choice!
Vanquish
Take
Strike!
this!
Smash you!
Elusive deity!
In a vine?
Sonic Thrust! You picked the wrong one!
Raging Lunar Storm!
Now!
Light Burst Force!
Radiant Genesis!
Rising Wiper! Take it! Hurricane
Now!
Deity! Rotating Pile Driver! Double me! In an instant! Impact Block!
Looks like we won.
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shion? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. Namely Volron. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped. Right, Kisara?
That's right. Besides, Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while. Does that suit you better?
A little bit.
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me, I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you 1,000,000 times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
I really hope Shion's okay.
I get why you're concerned. But if you don't rest when you can, you're going to regret it.
She's right. We need our rest to conserve our strength.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks, you two.
No problem. We'll save Shion. I know we will.
Make sure to get some good rest.
Alone. I'm all alone.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Shion waiting.
That's what we're going to climb?
The villagers managed it on their escape from the city. We're going in the opposite direction, but where there's a will...
There's always a way, right? And it looks like we're out of options. Let's grit our teeth and go. I always hear you muttering to yourself whenever we're in battle. So, just what are you saying?
Why do you want to know? Does it bother you or something?
Not really. It's just the way you talk is sometimes kind of creepy. So I was wondering if you vent your frustration through your magic. Are you yelling, "You stupid jerk," or something like that to pump yourself up?
What? No, that's not what's happening during my incantations. I'm just focused, so I match my tone to fit the mood of whatever I'm trying to invoke.
Invoke?
How do I put it? Basically, the elemental astral energy behind each art, I guess.
Astral energy? Hold on, are you saying you can talk to astral energy?
Not exactly. But if I put emotion into what I say, it's easier for me to properly cast my arts. That makes sense?
Kind of. Okay, so if you can talk to astral energy, then you can ask it to, like, predict the weather or find secret treasure?
Wait, you don't really think that, do you?
Or you can ask it to send down lightning to where there's bad guys lurking and...
May lightning condemn those who bear false! Thunderblade!
Ah, what are you doing? You almost fried me with that!
I just asked the astral energy to send down lightning where there were annoying boys.
I don't know what to do. Things can't go on like this.
What do you mean?
Ah! Oh, it's you, Rinwell.
You were talking about me, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I've just been thinking about some things.
Really? How unusual.
Cut it out. I'm being serious here.
Sorry.
I was thinking about... You know how I used to work for Ganabelt back when I was in Cislodia?
Yeah, of course. You were brought in after the Snake Eyes killed your friends, right? I mean, you had to.
Right. I used to have nightmares about it when I fell asleep. But lately that's been happening a lot less. I don't know how to feel about that.
That's a good thing, isn't it? You should be happy.
Yeah, but... I did a lot of terrible things back then. And I'm scared I'm starting to forget what I did.
Okay, so let me just get all of this straight. You think you'll forget everything if you stop having those nightmares? Why?
Because... You know me. I'm freaking stupid.
But it sure doesn't sound to me like you've forgotten.
Oh, yeah. But still.
I don't think those nightmares going away means you've forgotten. Maybe it's a sign that you've come to terms with what you did.
Come to terms? You mean like Alphen with his past? You think that's what's happening?
Yeah, I do. You're pretty amazing, Law.
I am?
Yeah. Not all of us have figured out how to accept our pasts. Least of all, me.
Rinwell. Is it just me, or does Rinwell suddenly seem much more comfortable around Dohalim than she used to?
I noticed that too. When the two of them came and found me together back on the beach, I could hardly believe my eyes.
It's not like we had a choice or anything. Law and Kisara had to hang back to convince the villagers we meant them no harm. More than that, though. There are a lot of things I've still got to come to terms with regarding Almadria. But I guess I'm through making snap judgments based on someone's origin. At least, I'm trying to be. I guess you could say it's a work in progress.
I see. You hear that, Law? Sounds like all that hard effort wasn't for nothing.
Yeah.
That's got to be reassuring to hear, right, Dohalim?
Not being subjected to unwarranted suspicion is certainly welcome.
Yeah, that long-winded way you have of talking, though? Not so much a fan of that.
I think that's more of a personality thing than a Renin trait.
Really? In that case, I won't have to feel guilty getting annoyed by it. Whew! I think Hoodle senses something.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
An opponent like this should be easy. Here I come! Rip and tear! You're mine! Tornado drive!
It's a duel of the arts!
I'm like bait to them.
I'm on it!
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
We are freaking invincible!
Falcon and the others truly are strong!
What about me?
Rising water!
I can carve through armor!
Now!
Pierce through! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed blow.
Rising water!
Not on my watch!
Far enough!
On rising water! You picked the wrong fight!
I'm just air pressure!
Nail!
We can really make weapons with this?
Crap. This injury hurts more than I thought. Shion, sorry, but could you... Oh. Right.
This will be a delicious piece of cake!
First strike! Freaking Duncan!
I got it!
Dragon Swarm! Shine! Radiant Light! Sonic Regeneration! Shine! Radiant Light! Come one, come all!
Watch this!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And to me!
I'm ready! Score!
I guess you had your uses now and again.
Told ya! Lies unstoppable!
Shame you're not like that all the time.
On your knees! Leave the target to me! Far enough!
Now we're never...
Freeze
All
Lancer!
good things
No
come to
further.
an end.
Blah blah blah! In here, now!
Double Demon Fang!
Rinwell! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Looks like we got them all.
Hi, Hoodle!
Take this!
Deity!
Rotating fire! Here I come!
That's freaking tough!
May 1,000 gales carry this right! Gusty nail!
Hurricane Thrust! Hurricane Thrust!
Leave the enemy's arcs to me!
You back!
No consent here!
I'll trip it up.
You!
Rising Wyvern!
Our arts are being interrupted.
You picked the
See
wrong
what
fight!
happened there is you crossed me. Shouldn't have done that.
They're all coming after me!
I'm coming, Linwell!
I'm not scared. I'm totally fine.
I'm ready! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around.
You're mine!
Certainly not.
Devastation!
I'm just getting started. Begin! I'll crush you! Ah! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky.
Let's see what you've got.
Florida!
You're mine! Chocolate Flash!
I shall ensure you survive this.
Is it time? Just bash it out again.
Soaring right there!
Raging
You
Storm!
picked the wrong fight!
Shine! Radiant light! I'm ready!
Kitara frozen!
Hammer! Shine! Radiant
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that.
Yeah,
Now.
appreciate the concern.
The sooner you stop thinking, the sooner you can start helping.
I mean, yes, sir.
Double Demon Fang! You picked the wrong fight!
I'm ready!
Double me! In an instant! Impact block!
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
see what you've got. Dragon
Not on my watch!
Lightning thrust! Rising Falcon! I'm surrounded! Still! Be careful, everyone! This one isn't normal! No further! You're mine! Watch this! Denied! Do it! Win! Fist on! Smash you! Devastation!
Eat this!
Down on the ground! Rising Wyvern! You picked the wrong fight! Elusive deity! Rotating pile! Slot! I'm ready!
Let's get you all tucked away!
Rising Wyvern!
Purge malevolence!
Take this! Turbine Alpha!
Now
Blow away! Swallow Demon Pack! Bolero! Jolene! In an instant! Impact block!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
They got me flanked!
May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds!
Take this!
Anything
Demon
normal
Pack!
is all mine!
Pierce through! Elusive deity! What? Now or never!
Lightning
In a
orb!
bind?
I'm ready!
Dance in the wind!
Next!
I can handle it!
You shouldn't have messed with me!
Let's try harder! No escape! Devastation!
Regenerate!
Eat this!
Lightning
Your lordship? And will you lay down your life for your lord?
Well, hey, let's not be hasty.
Resonate with the earth! Dragon form!
On your knees.
Eternal devastation!
We're in the home stretch, guys! What's in here?
Eyes on the prize.
That focus goes double for you, Law!
Me? How come I get things down?
How are your weapons holding up?
That's not to give me any idea.
Confiscated!
Lightning thrust!
Now!
Look sharp! Lightning tiger ready! I still got a ways to go.
I've never stood so close to a waterfall like this before.
I bet it...
Let's see what you've got.
I'll smash you!
You picked the wrong fight!
Air pressure! Resonate with the earth!
In here!
Think that gel's hiding something tasty?
Now!
Jolene! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed
Here
block.
I come!
Let's try your use!
I'm just kidding! I'll show you how useful I can be!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Dragon form!
Elusive deity!
Rotating pile driver!
Not in your dreams!
Do it! Lightning thrust! Rising Falcon!
Demons descend! Flashing bang!
So, did you like my boost art?
Yeah, it was off the charts!
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Dig in! That's right! It does it! Take
Demon Pack! Double Demon Eater!
Can you take it? Now! In the
Elusive
on the
Fury!
floor! Hey! Blow them away! How's that?
Lightning thrust! Rising Falcon!
Raging cascade!
Air pressure! Resonate with the earth! Come on! I can carve through armor!
Tempest
I'm on it! Far enough!
Art expert!
Can't get out of this!
Not on my watch!
Rising Falcon!
Thunder field! There's more where that came from.
An opponent like this should be easy. You picked the wrong fight.
Dragon shout!
Resonate with the earth! Wicked stalagmite! Be still! Strike! I'm ready! Dragon Swarm!
Stay calm.
Demons descend!
Flashing Fang!
Easy! Way to go!
Rising Wiper! Elusive Deity! That's enough!
Seal!
Watch this! Sword Rain Alpha!
Magic!
Elusive Deity! Pierce through! Rotating Pile Driver! Ready and raring! I'll smash you! I'm ready!
Hold on to
These
your
fists
arms.
have got your
Here I
name on
come.
them! Shine! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Our weapons are the sword and...
Fist and...
Staff.
And you ruined it.
They're surrounding us!
Shine! Radiant light! In a bind! Dragon Shout!
Not on my watch!
Ready to go! Blue escape!
Confiscated!
Rising Wyvern! Far
Bestow
enough!
thy mystic mercy.
Swallow you picked the wrong fight! Faithful arrow! Tear!
Maybe show Kisara a little kindness, huh?
She is strong. She can handle it.
You can be really dense, though, Helene.
Remind me to stay on your good side.
Sword Alpha!
Equal time!
Resonate with the earth! I'm just getting started! On your knees! Double tear! These fists have got your name on them!
Divine! Now for something special!
Anything in armor is mine!
Wait,
To here and now! Can you take it? Eagle Fly! Swallow Blade! I'll crush you! Lightning Reflexes! Tenebrous Claw!
So I still had room to grow.
We got some good equipment.
I can't say its appearance is to my... tastes, personally.
The design of this equipment is really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen. How much farther?
I don't think we're even halfway there yet. Hang in there.
Discourteous, aren't you?
Armor won't save you!
Aren't I super
A debut performance! Dragon Swarm! Pierce through!
Not in your dreams!
Demon Bolt! No further!
Arrow
Denied! You're
Too much
mine!
to handle?
Eat dirt! Fantastic! Great! Amazing!
Law, I'm trying to focus.
You're mine!
Trying to be nice.
Rising Falcon! Here I come! Blue escape!
Do it!
Devastation! Rising Falcon!
You attack without
Here I
mercy.
go!
Because I can't afford to hesitate.
Not against the worthy opponent.
Rising Falcon!
Take
Lightning Rock! I'm ready! Start! Rinwell! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around.
Eat this!
Certainly not.
Radiant Storm!
Sonic! Eat dirt!
Banana Blast!
Rinwell! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Trapped in darkness, pierced by light.
I call it the Rindo Special.
I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
Have you guys checked your... equipment lately?
What is this place?
Careful. We've got company.
Doesn't look like we're getting past without a fight.
Watch your feet. Fall from here and it's curtains.
We're just trying to get past. Get out of our way!
Save your breath! While that thing seizes a talking meal! So let's show it how wrong it is! Is it trying to stop us? Captivity! Catapult! Fly! Exploit the enemy's weakness! Thrilling performance! Carve through armor! Firestorm! You picked the wrong fight! On a roll now!
Arch Steel!
Living Dust!
Confiscated!
Swallow Dance! It's finished!
Let's do it!
I'll finish you here and now! Rip and tear! Rapier strike! Pain! Hurricane Thrust!
Thunderblade! One more time!
Negative now you see what I can do! Double Demon Eater!
Light Axe Raging Cascade!
Azure
Now!
Storm! Air pressure!
Frozen!
Hammer! Raging Lunar Storm! Dragon Demon Fang!
Arch Steel!
Before!
It's about to come at us! Look sharp! The enemy is going all
Raging
out!
Lunar Storm! Ready to go! Eagle Assault! I'm fired up! Elusive Deity! Eagle Fire!
Raging Storm!
I'll face you!
Celestial
The fluidity of your movement simply incredible.
Here I come!
Take with Darkness!
Show our mystic mercy! Very circle! Takes on! Storm! Pierce through! Sword Rain Alpha! Begin! Blew away! Eagle Fire! I'm just getting started! Pierce through! Down on the ground! Sword Rain Alpha! Tear him up! Vengeance into everlasting trust! Negative thrust!
Another incantation ruined.
Eat this! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Its wings are lighting up!
It's getting ready to attack!
Air thrust! Dance in the wind!
Such tremendous power.
Don't face it head on.
Here you are,
Here I come! I'm not done! Air pressure!
Divine Strength!
Void Blast! Benediction Light! Heal!
I'll stop its charge.
Thanks,
See
Kisara!
what happened there as you crossed me. Shouldn't have done. The tactics are working great.
Full speed ahead!
Hey, wait for law!
Steel Force!
Sword Rain Alpha! Raining the blast!
Allow me to help you.
Seal!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Now I show my mystic
Roach's Fury!
Sonic armor won't save you!
Thank you, Dohalim.
I only did what any other would.
I think you're nicer than you let on.
Easter!
Celestial!
Bestow thy
Void
mystic
Blast!
mercy! Very circle!
Okay, is that a healing art?
It is. I can't ignore your pain.
I'll try to be
In the
more
wind!
careful.
Air thrust!
Dragon Shell!
Captivity!
Firmament render! Arrow squall!
Shockwave Flash!
Arch requires complete focus!
Wide open!
Hold on to your arm. Dohalim!
Light Burst Force!
Radiant Genesis!
With fauna like that, I'm impressed so many people from Thistleum made it through here alive.
Who's to say there weren't a whole lot more of them who didn't?
Well, at any rate, it should be a safer climb now that we've cleared the way a bit, right?
No. So long as people feel the need to face terrain this perilous, I'd say true safety's some way off.
You mean defeating Volron and putting an end to the crown contest, right? I guess that would be the best solution here, huh?
We've wasted enough time here already. Let's get going. Xion needs us.
are we still not there yet? It feels like we've been climbing this mountain forever.
It helps if you try not to look up or down. All you need is silent determination. Talking too much will only waste energy and burn you out.
I'm too tired to look up or down, even if I wanted to.
Take care you don't fall, at least. Unless you want to make a Zoogel's day, that is.
Zoogles? Why would they care if I fell or not?
How would you feel if a 3-course meal fell right out of the sky at your feet?
Zoogle chow.
Law? Best not to listen to him if you can help it. You'll only be encouraging him if you do.
Tell me that before I listen next time.
Still, Dohalim has a point. One wrong step and it's curtains.
Wouldn't it be great if we could all fly like Hootle? I bet even the refugees who didn't make it would have made it to Thistleum that way.
Until we magically sprout wings. Let's just watch where we're stepping instead, okay? Come on. Shion's waiting for us.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Don't mind if I do.
Regeneration!
Regenerate.
Radiant
Now you see
sword!
what I can do.
Sword
There
Ring
you go.
Alpha!
What is your lordship?
And will you lay down your life for your lord?
Follow me in an instant! Impact Block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed wall.
Rising Wyvern! Eat dirt!
I'm on a roll now.
I'm ready! Strike!
All yours, Kisara!
I'm even stronger than before.
Hey!
Are you insane? What the hell were you thinking? I thought we were gonna die!
One simply needs to be bold and act with conviction in times such as these.
Did you know it was gonna be safe before you jumped? Because I sure didn't.
More or less. I figured there would likely be a basin here akin to most such waterfalls.
Don't just make people jump off cliffs on a hunch.
Are we ever gonna finish climbing this ladder?
We're climbing a considerable height. It's only natural that it will take some time.
That's not the problem here.
We are getting closer to the top, aren't we?
You've just got to keep your spirits up, Brimwell. Positive thinking is everything.
We finally reached the top.
My limbs feel like they're about to fall off.
Ready? You kids need to...
No backing down!
Lightning
I'm
In a
surrounded!
You're mine! Elucidate!
Getting pulled right here! Rip it down!
Dragon Ball!
Freaking does it!
Our art is being interrupted.
These fists have got your name on them! We are freaking invincible!
Jonathan and the others so really are strong.
What about me?
That's my key.
You must be tired of feeling...
Shut him down!
Vanquish target.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! First shot! All finished! I can carve through armor! Denied!
Not on my watch.
I'm ready! Here we go!
In an instant! Impact Block!
Wow! Look what I just found.
see what you've got.
Eat dirt!
Photon
Negative
raging
gate!
cascade!
Resonate with
Evil
Eon!
beyond! You got company!
That frickin' does it!
Rising Viper!
Let's go!
Soaring Light Spear!
A debut performance!
No armor! Stop me!
Remind me to stay on
Can't
your
get
good
out
side.
of this!
Do it! Crush!
Blow them away!
How's that?
Take this!
Acceptable.
Sword Ring Alpha!
Shine! Radiant light!
nail!
Boost of regenerate!
Dazzle!
Regenerate!
Rising Falcon!
Spot. Dark Wing!
Here I come!
Silence!
Devastating hand!
Now!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Bestowed
Orochi Fury!
My watch!
Ready to rare it! Glimmer drop! Now you see what I... Now I'm into it!
In an instant! Impact Claw!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Guess I misread the landing.
That treasure. What a sweet-sounding ring it has.
You really think so? We did it. We've reached the top of the mountain.
About damn time. My knees are singing symphonies over here.
Look, there it is!
That's it. That's Pelegion, the seat of Volron's power.
So that's where Shion's being held?
Most likely.
Most likely.
That is what I said, yes.
Pelegion's still our best lead. So that's where we go, right?
Any advice before we head in there?
No.
No?
In the ancient tongue, Ganeth Heros means Fortress of Naught. Though I fail to see what insight that nugget of trivia holds.
I guess I just thought you might have something we could use.
Since Volron became Lord, the only thing this realm has been known for is its shroud of secrecy. It is Volron's stronghold. All else is incidental. Just keep in mind that you can't be too careful inside.
Speaking of which, just how are all of us planning to get inside exactly?
It's not like there are any secret passages.
We've come this far. If there's no other way in, I guess we'll just have to use the front gate. Volron told us to come find him, which means he's expecting us. Let's do this the old-fashioned way.
Land of Water or no, this place has a most curious...
I sure hope nothing bad's happened to Shion.
Keep those thoughts to yourself, Rinwell. Everyone's anxious enough as it is.
Sorry. It's just... I can't seem to stop thinking about it. What do you think it is that Volron wanted with her anyway?
Going by what he said back on Almadria's ship, it would appear his primary target is Alphen. Though, It's likely he hasn't forgotten the blow he sustained at Shion's hand either. That might even be what ignited his interest.
Yeah, did you see the way he reacted? It was like he was enjoying every moment. Even his pain at Shion's thorns. Oh, that guy's just creepy.
Let's just hope he's keeping his perverted tendencies in check.
What? Law? Don't say things like that.
It's not like we weren't all thinking it.
That's still no reason to...
All right, you two. Now that's enough already. Alphen shouldn't have to grit his teeth while he listens to you.
Oh.
Sorry.
I swear I've seen that castle somewhere before. You're right. I remember seeing it from the cliffs in Calaglia, across the sea.
You mean Volron's castle?
Yeah, that must have been it.
Geographically, it would make sense. It's most certainly large enough to be seen from afar.
Back then, I had Shion and Zephyr with me.
Well, we haven't lost Shion. We can still get her back, you know.
That's right. I won't let Volron take her away from us.
That was...
Rinwell, mind if we chat a little?
You're still awake?
I've always been something of a night owl. Ever since back when I was someone's property. Turning in for the night only made the next day come quicker. I wasn't in any great rush.
Sorry.
What about yourself? Care to share something from before I knew you? You were part of a mage clan, right? Must have been handy being able to rely on magic for everything.
Hardly. In fact, not at all. Magic's not so special when you're not allowed to use it. Always scared of who might be watching?
Right. Sorry about that. I guess I've read too many fairy tales.
We were still made to study it every day. It doesn't make any sense if you think about it, studying the very thing you're being persecuted for. But that's what we did, just like our parents and their parents before them. Honestly, I don't even know how far back it goes.
If memory serves, mages have been the stuff of legend for ages. Even as far back as 3 centuries ago, they were myths. Your people were persecuted even before the Renans got here.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the less it makes sense though. I mean, it was astral arts that let the Renans dominate Dana, right? Why didn't mages end up being the rulers of Dana then?
Maybe they tried, but they just didn't have the numbers. Or maybe domination just wasn't something they were interested in. Have you ever considered it might have been something like that?
I guess I haven't.
I wonder why magic alone attracted the attention it did. Swords can be just as lethal in the right hands. Why not ban them?
My best guess? Swordsmanship can be learned by anyone. Magic's more of an exclusive club.
So, you either have the gift or you don't. When something's not easily obtainable, it's hard to comprehend. People are scared of what they don't understand. And fear leads to persecution. So the problem's not magic. It could just as easily have been anything.
Yeah. We should really get some rest. I want to go back to bed.